Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of what this series I'm calling Rags to Riches. Now, if you haven't seen episode 1, go check it out. I'll leave a comment up here somewhere. If you haven't got it, if you haven't seen it or don't want to go see it, basically what I'm doing is the style of wheeler dealers. I'm going to get a cheap, in this case, bike. I'm going to fix it up and try and sell it on for a profit. So I bought a Carrera Velour. It's a nice little tiny bike. It needs a lot of work. Probably a little bit more work than I've chewed. So, got this lovely little chart here. So basically, the bike cost me £25. I've ordered some parts which I'm waiting for. Cables, that's brake and gear cables, they were £4.99. Grips were £3.99. Wheels and tyres, I've actually been given some wheels and tyres that are brake pad or V-brake compatible, front and rear, and the rear has a 7-speed, I think it's called cassette or gear, so that's now going to be compatible with the gears up the front and the handlebars. Tyres are really good, as you can see from here, hopefully. The tyres are pretty much new. This one actually has a disc on the front, so that's a spare that I can have for something else. Inner tube on the front is leaking a little bit. The inner tube on the back is absolutely spot on. The wheels need a bit of a clean, but other than that, they're straight, they're true, and they don't need any work. Happy days. So, free. Pads front and rear, haven't sorted that yet. Extras, I've ordered the, I think they're called noodles. And it's a little chrome that goes from the chrome bit and the rubber mount that goes from the V-brakes up into the cable and holds that solid. I think they were like £1.50 or something. I think I'm sure £1.59. That rings a bell. Other than that, I haven't ordered anything else. Oh no, tell a lie. I've ordered a chain. I have no idea what the price of the chain was. It was less than £10 though, that's for sure. I have ordered things all off the internet, so they're slightly cheaper than shop prices. The only thing is you have to then wait for them to be delivered. So today we're going to try and clean up some of these front shocks. So if you remember from the first video, the front forks were seized. I managed to sort of maybe shock them, so hopefully it was just a bit of like dirt, rust, grease, whatever's holding them back. What we're going to do today is we're going to try and remove some of this pitting. It's probably not going to be 100%, but what we can remove will be good. That tire's flat now. I'm going to put the new wheels on, I'm going to remove these, and then what I'm going to do about these actual wheels, probably going to use them for one of these other. Let's have a quick go at cleaning these up. Videos on the internet, as there's videos everywhere for everything, suggest that maybe using tinfoil Coca-Cola, WD-40 and sandpaper, which I'm going to be doing. It's like a really fine sandpaper, like a 1500 grit. Not going up and down the shaft like but actually going like round, so wrapping the sandpaper around and sort of rubbing it as if you're toweling yourself in between your legs. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing today. This is episode 2, and let's see how we get on. Okay, so before we get started, the chain just looked here. I paid £3.95 for a 5, 6 and 7-speed chain. It's cheap, but it's brand new, it's going to be well oiled, it's going to be well maintained, it's got the quick release link on it as well, so it's going to be 100% better than what I've already got on the bike. If it is no good, I will replace it before I come to sell the bike, so I think it'll be alright. It is saying it's a Shimano one. Whether it is or not is another story, but yeah, £3.95 off of the wonderful eBay. Yes! So we have some WD-40 and some very fine sandpaper. As you see, it is a 1500 grit. What I'm going to do, rip a strip, fold it around the shock, and then rub it like this. And the intention that it's going to sort of aggravate it a little bit and remove the surface corrosion. We'll see how we get on. I'll do one side first and then we can see the before and after. Sandpaper, and actually it's probably not done that good of a job. Better than that dog's tail. I'm going to keep going 2 or 3 more times and try and obviously clean up all the WD-40 because you don't really want that going down into your shock. But I can't really at this stage tell if it's any better or not. But I'll keep going. I've given it another go. It's cleaned up. I've given it another go. It's cleaned up a little bit, but maybe not as much as I maybe like on the first pass. But so what? So it's had 2 goes on it now. Maybe I have to use something slightly more aggressive, like sandpaper wise. We go for that 800 grit possibly, and then go back up to the 1500 and maybe a little bit finer to sort of polish it off. But now I'm gonna let that set. Do it again tomorrow, and then change the front wheels and the back wheels. So these wheels that I've got, boys, both tyres are absolutely shot, to be honest. But we'll put them on. The front has a quick release. I'm more interested in these because they have the capability of the pad to be able to fit onto the rim of this wheel. But they're all true, so that's possibly what I'm going to stick with, to be honest. The tyres are good. The wheels are good, the inner tubes are shot, but that's neither here nor there. Go on to the back one. Unfortunately, the back one I have to put on doesn't have quick release. So, question of this video really, is there a way to change the quick release onto a wheel with a bolt? I'm hoping the answer is yes. Just take the bolt out and put the quick release on. But I imagine the answer is no, because nothing's ever that simple. But yeah, unfortunately that's gone flat again, so Let's take this back wheel off. Interesting one here. I didn't notice that before. The disc is held on by 2 bolts. 1, 2. They're not even central. Wow. Good job we weren't using the disc brakes, eh? Take a look at that. So there's the disc brake, and there's 1 bolt there and 1 there. Wow. For now though, we'll just put this on. If I can work out how, get stuck on the brake. There you go. Tighten them down. And then we've got V-brake compatible front and rear wheels. For no money. Right, anyway, that's that. I need new inner tubes front and back, but the wheels are on. Let's see what it looks like. It's alright. I'm gonna keep trying working on how to free this up. You can move it by hand now, which is quite handy. Maybe a little bit more riding will help. I think when I go out riding the other day, and I'm going to put a bit of pressure in it through my terrible wheelies. But cabling, which includes this plastic cover, I've gone for not black. I think black's a little bit boring. So I've gone for a different colour. These were the bits I sent out, the noodles. They're on order, £1.59 from, I believe, China. I need to get some new pads for the front and the rear. And then with the brakes all done, they'll be adjusted, they'll be set up, and they'll hopefully be much better than they are now. Because at the moment, they are non-existent. So grip-wise, I've ordered some lock-on grips. They are off the internet, and I've ordered the same ones for my bike here. They are coming. I don't know when they're going to be here. I'm not really sure where they're coming from either. Probably China. Cheap and cheerful, just to sort of get me on the road. And then for this one here, I think they look very cheap and cheerful as well, but they do look quite good quality from the pictures I've seen on the internet. I'm going to stick with this saddle. The cabling, as I say, is going to be replaced. Not sticking with black. I need to get a spacer for this headset because I can see the steerer tube there. I don't particularly want to cut it down. I now need to get some inner tubes for the front and back wheels, but I have wheels and tyres sorted. And I'm going to keep at every couple of days with these suspension, trying to clean them up and see if I can get some of the corrosion off. I do have some chemical cleaner that I use for the bumpers on the classic cars. They're called Auto Gleam Chrome Soul, maybe. We'll see, maybe that might work. But if you have any suggestions of how to get rid of the corrosion of these like shocks, please comment below and let me know. I guess that's it for today. Pretty boring one really, but just want to keep you up to date with the progress. So wheels sorted, lots of parts on order. As the parts start coming through, I will keep you updated with what's going on with the Carrera. Until then, see you next time.